for months. Yes, the PlayStation community have been asking Sony for months.
Where are all of these games?
Well, J-Dub, this week you are getting games, J-Dub. You are getting Sony games. I know you can't wait, J-Dub. But before you get the games that you have been asking Sony for, Sony have a little surprise for you ponies.
PS5 prices have increased in some regions, but not the United States. With a backdrop of a challenging economic environment, including high inflation and fluctuating exchange rates, the factors here in terms of the tariffs, and not the tariffs obviously aren't being applied to these other countries. That's not what's happening. So the tariffs have destabilized the global economy. Daniel Ahmad, he says everyone is about to find out that the PS5 price won't just increase because of tariffs. The knock-on effect in terms of inflation, exchange rates, and macro trends are also impacting global prices. Sony may raise prices everywhere to offset losses.
But you can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrificed?
Things have become so unmoored from a stabilized global economy. Probably looking around and be like, we got to make as much money now as we can because we don't know what's going to happen in 1-2 years. And they do have a guaranteed win here pretty soon, am I right, with Grand Theft Auto 6. They know there's been a lot of people waiting on the sideline. They're going to hit those people where it hurts.
Yes, a lot of ponies are dependent on Grand Theft Auto to save the console, to save Sony's console. Yes, they are not depending on their first party games. They're not depending on their original IPs. They are depending on a third party game to do something for PlayStation. Isn't that sad? So it's just amazing how every generation prior to this one, after a couple of years, game consoles go down. But it just so happened that game consoles are going up. Look at this rubbish is happening here with Sony. Sony keeps doing anti-consumer moves, and the PlayStation community will never be vocal about it. They were very much vocal with Nintendo. Why they can't be vocal with their own company? That's crazy, man. That's absolute crazy. No, so we are seeing all these regions that the PlayStation 5 will be going up. It just so happened that they are not raising the price in America. I wonder why. Now, I'll leave it up to you to speculate in the comment sections below as to why Sony is not raising the price in the US. On the other hand, guys, it's one thing to be a pony, but to be a super pony? We are talking about a up and away pony. To believe, guys are still saying that they are going to buy The Last of Us complete edition. Yes, part 1 and part 2. There are guys boasting, there are ponies boasting in giving Sony 100 and what is it, $10, $120 for the same game that Sony would have sold them 29 times prior. Listen,
and here you got another edition of the game. Like I get the criticisms from people, but my whole thing is like, yeah, I'm not even in complete agreement with them doing another version of this joint. But yeah, as a fan of the series, as somebody that does collect some of this stuff, I definitely missed out on the first part 1 collector's edition, and I was pissed off when I missed out on that one. So when I saw this one, I was like, oh yeah, complete edition. There's a collector's edition. Let me go get it. And yo, Persona, me posting up that I pre-ordered the collector's edition of the complete edition, you think anybody will be upset about that?
This is a sickness. It is deviant. Therefore, we don't want.
Yeah, because you're you.
Yo, look at this, bro. 457,000 views on a pre-order picture.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yo, no cap. On a pre-order picture, bro. Yo, Jack, what's good, Jack? Shout out to my man Jack move, yo. Like, yo, I understand the criticism, man. Trust me. I understand it. But I got part 2, the collectors.
Where you probably got a lot of people in your comments saying, why'd you buy this? You could have bought this, or you could have saved that money, or trying to give it financial advice. The motherfucker got a fidelity. Man, let me shut up. Listen, at
Bruh.
the end of the day, man, it's your money. You buy what you buy. You feel me? It's the same thing with really anything. You know, look at the Switch too.
Yo, shout out to Caesar, man. Shout out to Caesar, man. Yo, I'm this nigga put big fight.
You know, I hate to bring that up here, but you know, there's a lot of people that are still gonna buy Switch 2, buy Mario Kart 8, and the two don't equate in terms of, like, obviously Switch 2, Mario Kart World's a brand new title, so I'm not saying that they're equal in that regard, but what I'm saying is the price and whatever they're asking for, people are gonna buy it. People are gonna buy what they buy, man. That's just what it is.
Wow, these ponies are coping so hard because they have to pay $110 to $20 for the complete edition of Last of Us. I mean, at this point in time, when it comes to games, these ponies are more cooked than this chicken.
Bro, this bird done seen it all. This bird done got fried, deep fried, and crawled back up out that bitch. I ain't going. That motherfucker said, I ain't going.
I can't believe there are ponies actually buying over this Last of Us. I mean, how many times would you guys buy this game? It really goes to show that this is a sickness of the highest order. Today, however, we are going to talk about how, Marathon has been released. Yes, this brand new game, this brand new banger from Bungie is having the street stalking. We are going to see different reactions from individuals who would have seen The Last of Us. Is it a good game? Is it the next Concord? In other words, is it Concord 2? We will talk about it. So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So before we continue the video, guys, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Of course, you get great Xbox content, you get great Xbox news, and we sprinkle a little Nintendo here and there, but we specialize. Our main goal is to harvest Sony Pony Himalayan salt from the Ganges mountain. And if you're interested in that, hit that like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. We know Sony acquired Bungie in 2022 for just under $4 billion, 3.7 billion to be exact. You see, Sony would have done that with the hopes that Bungie, help them or assist them with their multiplayer conquests. But we know how this story went. Bungie told Sony that Concord would have been burning up the streets. It would have been ripping up the gaming streets. But that was the furthest thing away from the truth, because Concord was the biggest failure, the biggest flop of 2024. No one ever saw a flop like Concord. Now think about it. Bungie was hired by Sony to give them advice on how they could, launch a multiplayer game online. And Bungie might have told Sony that it's okay to release this multiplayer game only on Sony and PC. It's okay to charge $40 for it. It's okay to have limited maps and limited characters. I mean, this is what Bungie would have suggested, and guess what? Everything failed when it comes to Concord. But it's not only that had Sony having a bitter taste in their mouth. Remember, Bungie did not perform well when it comes to Destiny 2 and Destiny, because guess what? They had to lay off a lot of workers at Bungie because of their bad decision when it comes to their games. And since then, Sony have been telling Bungie this.
Excited though for the opportunity, but I'm actually at the top to actually do my own thing.
Ain't nobody doing their own thing over here. Nobody. You either with us or you down.
Well, I'm just telling you right now.
You don't get it yet, do you? I just gave you an opportunity of a lifetime, brother. And I'd be damned I'd be disrespected like this. in front of my people? Come on now, Charlie Wilson. I ain't playing.
I'm just saying, like, I appreciate for the opportunity, but I'm actually happy what I'm doing right now.
I want you, and I'm gonna have you.
Yes, because Bungie did not perform, we are seeing that Sony took partial control of Bungie, leaving them independent to work on their newest game, Marathon. You see, Bungie was hoping that Marathon was given a better introduction than Vince McMahon gave P. Diddy.
Come on out, you rapist!
Come on, Vince, chill. So did the public receive a Marathon well? What a person saying? Well, let's look at some reactions.
Whoa, buddy, they're releasing Marathon again? Oh my god, a Sony exclusive game? Maybe this is going to be a pretty awesome single player experience. Maybe it's going to be, a little bit of multiplayer thrown in. Maybe it's just going to be like a revitalization. Maybe it's going to be like Halo. Until I found out, oh shit, this is a new team-based FPS extraction shooter from the creators of Halo and Destiny.
All right, guys, what are we thinking about Marathon, huh? Did you like that reveal?
God, it's so good. I love you guys. I just love you so much. But it's so cool. But I just love you so much.
Stop it. I love you too.
Oh my gosh. Sign me up. Bungie, I'm there.
Okay, see you there. Hey, looks cool. Looks cool. I'll give it a try. Extraction shooter's not really my thing, but hey, okay, we'll take that. Cautiously optimistic. New adventure for us too. Hopefully we knock it out of the water.
What about cheers? Oh my god! This isn't Tarkov! You're charging money for this!
Okay, fair enough. And we're all good with no proximity chat, right?
No proximity chat!
Grounding exercise. Please. Are you familiar with this item?
What are we looking at?
Yeah. Supposed to be my lucky charm.
Yeah, I'm about to. Nothing y'all do is gonna make this game look cool.
To scavenge the remains of a lost colony.
I'ma just... Now, again, this is Bungie. This ain't some, like, indies. Like, if this was coming from, like, an indie dev or something about one, or, someone that, isn't as, big of a studio. Remember how much, I forgot how much money PlayStation threw at Bungie to acquire them, but this is Bungie, okay? Responsible for Halo, Destiny, two of the biggest shooters of all time. And now, they acquired them, and this is the next thing that they doing, like,
And down but not out. To streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end.
Oh my. Dog, what has happened to shooters, bro? Am I just old?
But there's a few major sticking points for me, okay? Number one is replay value, because when you're talking about an extraction shooter, it's basically one game mode on repeat ad nauseum. It's one version, one loop, one gameplay loop that you're engaging with. They're hoping for hundreds of hours, maybe even thousands. So that core loop has to be really, really solid. And as part of that, you also have to have phenomenal loot.
You have to have character build outs that make sense. And if you've not played extraction shooters, you may not like realize how crushing the tilting experience can be, because
wow. So it appears that persons are neither hot nor cold when it comes to marathon. But in all fairness, let me say that Sony did the right thing by releasing this everywhere, on Xbox, on PC, and on PlayStation. That old model of only putting things on PlayStation is a failing model, as we would have seen with Concord. But in order for them to have longevity, they need to get more maps, they need to get more characters, they need to get more things going for Marathon in order to justify that $40 price tag. Now, being free to play would be ideal, because there are too many games out there that are similar, that are free to play, that persons would more lean to. So what Bungie and Sony needs to do is really look into that before we witness another Concord. Yes, Concord 2 could be on the horizon. But let me hear what you think about everything that was said today. Let me hear what you thought about Bungie's latest game, Marathon. Are you looking forward to it? I mean, persons are saying no, but some persons are saying, you know what, they are willing to try it out. Let me hear what you thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.